Hey guys, welcome to the shop. Now I got a real different video for you guys this week, and what I've got here is a cylinder head off a vehicle of mine, and I want to machine this guy because I have some work that I need to do for me up, in the near future, and I wanted to see how hard it was for me to get this set up, what kind of finish I could expect, and just is it feasible to do on a machine like this. So I'm going to bring you in, I'm going to show you the tools we're going to use, and I'm going to tell you what my plan is to get as best a job as possible. Alright, now what we have here is a V6 head off of a vehicle of mine that I've long since repaired. Now I bought this vehicle in poor shape as far as the engine goes, and this was the problem with it, is that I bought it with a stripped out spark plug hole that somebody had probably tried to repair a couple times, and they ended up just enlarging the hole to the point to where you can't get a helicore in it. It's into the valve seat and really irreversibly damaged. So we are not going to use this head. We're just trying to learn, from this experience, or at least that's my goal. And I've indicated this in both long ways and across, and I'm within a 0.5 on both, or 5/10. So we're pretty good there. And the goal here is just to remove as little material as possible and get a good even, finish. We don't want to leave real large step over lines or anything like that, because that would hinder, this thing's sealing. I can see the original finish, on the surface still, and I can catch my finger in it. I mean, I can't catch it, but I can feel it with my fingernail, and I'm pretty sure that I can replicate that or even get it possibly better than that. I'm going to be taking really small step overs. I'm going to be running at a decent speed, 0.1/10 of an inch per stroke, and I'm really interested to see the outcome on this. So we're going to be using just one of my little favorite tools here, and that's just a small radius on the end, just a small amount of rake, and I'm going to be using some aluminum cutting fluid, and we're going to run this cutter across here and see what we can get. So let's get set up and get started. I'm going to show you long ways. Now this is a camera mount that's connected to the ram, so make it a little jiggling. But that's long ways. Not bad. I'd say within a 0.5. Come out and we'll check it across right there. And we've checked it in several areas. I'm pretty confident that we got this guy dialed in at least as good as probably anyone would do it. So now I'm going to get you down here on the tripod, and we'll get set up with our tool, and we'll cut this guy. Alright, now we're going to be running what I consider to be fairly slow for aluminum, and we're going to be running 106 surface feet per minute. And with aluminum, I mean, you can run fast, and it's really as fast as you want almost. But with this machine not being bolted down, I don't want to run it any faster. The machine starts to get unstable. So 106 surface feet per minute. I'm going to use a lubricant here, aluminum, and we're just going to go slow, 0.1/10 per stroke. Start off at this edge. I'm going to touch off, then come back, and get it started. Alright, just a light touch right there. So, 0. Just take 1,000 thousandths. Hopefully, I just messed it up. I just turned the wrong crank, so we're gonna have to re-zero. That's all part of it. There's two handles on this machine, and if you don't take it off of the one that raises the box, you'll think you're going to move the machine side to side, or the box side to side, and you'll actually move it up and down. And I've done that actually a couple times. Common mistake for me. Bring it up to 0. Again. Remove that handle. Bring the box over, and I think that was probably a, I don't know, can't even hardly feel it with my fingernail, but probably 1,000th or so. Come down 1,000th. Over, start it, bring it over into the cut. Taking 10,000ths per stroke. Barely skimming it. Totally cleaning up out here, so we'll definitely have to take a little more, but it's looking really good. Finish is really nice. Cleaning up everywhere but right out here, so it's just a very light cut. when this gets done, I'll bring you back and show you the results, and then we'll make another pass. Alright guys, let me show you what we got. After our first cut, and we just did as light basically as we could, maybe 1/1000th of an inch, skim. Now, I should have mapped this head out before I done this. Like I said, this is just a learning experience for me. But when I zeroed up this edge here and across here. And I ran across here, and that's where I was saying I was in, 1/1000th or so. And what I should have done is map this out prior, and I didn't. But I want to see where I'm at now, and I'm just going to take my surface gauge and set on here. Now I've already wiped this off, just the mating surface here, the mating surface here. There's the bottom of the head. I'm going to zero this indicator. This is a tenths indicator. I'm going to show you where we're at. We're zero, of course, everywhere where we cut, basically. But then when I get over here, we're dropping off. That's 1/1000th there. That's 1.2. And we move up, keep dropping. There's 2, 2, 2. So we get up this far corner, we're about 2.3 thousandths, 2.2 thousandths. Now, I'm assuming that this head was warped. Aluminum, they warp easy. I don't think that I did anything on my setup that caused this because of the way that it's turned out back here. And so that's what I got. I'm having a little hard time, determining what this is other than warp because I didn't map it out before. Now, that's a good lesson. That I should have mapped it out and seen what at least I thought I had before. That way I'd know, that it didn't shift, and I'm almost positive it didn't shift because I'm barely skimming this guy. And I got a pretty good setup here, at least decent. And all I'm going to do is set up to take a couple thousandths, or maybe 2.5 thousandths, and cut this guy one more time, and that should clean it up, and then we'll call it good. So hopefully that cleans it up. Well, I've wiped it off and looked at it, and it's decent. It's, you know, this is cast aluminum, so it's a little different than what I'm used to. It doesn't quite machine like you know, billet. And the finish is not bad. I can see where my clapper, especially in this area and this area, where it comes back, hits, and kind of drags. So really, for something like this, and like I said, this is the reason why I'm doing this, is because I'd like to, you know, see what kind of results I can get. And really, I'm not completely satisfied with this. To do this, I think you need at least an automatic lift on the return, and you'd have to be pretty, you know, careful with your setup. And I made a couple passes on this guy. You can see I got a line right here, and I can barely feel it. And I don't know exactly what happened right here. You know, it could have got something got caught under the clapper. You know, it could have been anything, but really not that easy. But it turned out okay. I mean, I would use this. All I would do is lightly stone it, and I think it'd be more than acceptable. This finish feels just as good, you know, as the factory finish. The factory finish, you could easily feel it with your fingernail, and this is not really so much. And with a light stoning, I think that that this would be more than acceptable. And it was fun. I enjoyed that. I've been meaning to do something like this for quite some time, just to see, you know, what kind of results I can expect. But I can see also a lot of little pot marks in this material because it's cast. It's all sorts of little bitty pinholes all over it. So the material itself is just not great, if you ask me. But there we go. See if our cutter held up. I'm just looking at the cutting edge. And it could use a, yeah, definitely could use a, I don't know, this may have, you know, could have debris, or being cast, you never know what's in it. But not the perfect machine for this job, but can it be done? Yeah, it can be done. But it has to be done carefully, that's for sure, because getting good results I don't think is real easy. Well, all in all, I think it turned out pretty good. I mean, it could look a little better. I mean, I can't feel it, you know, but if you can see any imperfections, I mean, they're there. A lot of it is from this clapper dragging back over. I realize what's doing it, and I think I'm going to have to either invest in, try to find, or build an automatic clapper lifter. That way, this thing cuts, the clapper lifts on the return, comes back, shuts, and makes a cut, instead of cut, drag the cutter back over, you know, just not good for aluminum. Aluminum's so soft, it just shows everything. If I had to do over, I would have, you know, mapped this head out better. I kind of just put it on here, indicated it in, and started cutting blindly, which, you know, now after doing this, I would definitely do it different. I would map it out, and that way you could take the minimum amount off and do it in one pass, and you would save time and probably get a better product. And you would take, like I said, minimum amount of material off to achieve the desired results. And that's kind of the idea on a cylinder head. You know, you don't want to remove any more material than is necessary in most cases if you're just truing one up. So I really appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate all my old subscribers and all my new ones. All the guys in the comments and everybody who's watched and never commented at all. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thumbs up if you did. Hit my little guy to subscribe to the channel. And hit the bell for notifications. And as always, I'll see you next time.